Right. So let me create a folders to contain everything. We're going to send these things into into GitHub. Right. Just as this is, we're gonna create a new project for this JavaScript files. So let's go to the GitHub. Start with there. Create a new repository here. JavaScript practice, something like that. I'm gonna start with create a repository here. All right. So let me create a new folder. JavaScript practice. Open with code. A little bit slow. Let me see the questions here. Alright, we're going to start with a new file, index.html and main.js. Alright, so in the HTML file, super slow. I'm just going to put a script tag here.
Wait, I'm sorry. How did you make that work? Sometimes it doesn't work for me either. What did you do to make the
I didn't do anything. I just waiting. It just takes some time. Computer is just slow.
Okay.
All right. So I just add a script tag with source equal to main.js, and that's everything to do in the index.html. So we will be able to open this with web server to checking the output. Right, that is a file. Let's open the console here. Let's try to type something in the main.js. Make sure they are connected. So we're gonna do a console.log 1, 2, 3. Oops. And it's gonna show 1, 2, 3 here. So that means they are connected. And we are ready to start to write our questions and answers. So question number 1: write function print int takes one parameter n and print all the natural numbers from 1 to n in the console. Right, some comments here. So this one is already told you we are writing a function. And actually, we already talked about the answer for this one in the first video. So we're going to say it again. Function name is print int, takes input n, takes parameter n, and in the function body, we're trying to print out all the natural numbers from 1 to n. So since we're trying to print number from 1 to n, that's going to be a array of numbers, a lot of numbers. So we're going to use a for loop here to start printing from 1 and 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3 until the n. We're trying to plus 1 each time until the n. So we're going to need a for loop here, or while loop. We're going to say for a variable I, just give any name. We're going to call it I from 0. And when I is smaller equals to n, we want to continue it. And every time plus 1 to the I. Right? And inside it, we can just console.log this I. So right now it's gonna print out. This is start from 0. Actually, we want to start from 1. So it's gonna be a variable I equal to 1, and then when I is smaller or equal to n, and I plus plus every time. And it makes the font a little bit bigger. It's kind of too small. 28. Right. So we're starting from 1, that's 1 to start, and the 1 does continue. When I is smaller or equal to n, we'll continue doing this loop. And then when I is bigger than, well, every time we're adding 1 to the I. And when I getting bigger than n, we just stop it. So you can print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until n. Let's try to test it. So if you just do a print int 10 here, it should give me from 1 to 10. So inside my document, yeah, this is what I get from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is the answer for the question 1. It's just a few lines, just one for loop, 3 lines. You can test more numbers, like you can print int say 13. It's gonna print out from 1 to 13. We can cancel out and print the 10 here. We're gonna print out from 1 to 13. Alright, from 1 to 13. Alright, let's comment out this test out, and let's go to question number 2. This question number 1. Let me write question 1. So you'll be able to check in my GitHub to find the answer for that. Question 2. Question 2 is here. Write function print int ref, and it also takes one parameter n. It print all the natural numbers in the reverse in console from n to 1. So the first question asks you to print out from 1 to n. The second one asks you to print out reversely. We're going to start print out the n, and then n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 until 1. So if we get a print int 10, it's going to print from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if we do print ref 10, it's going to be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So that means we're still going to do a loop, but the start point is changing. The start point is changing. And every time we're not adding 1 to the I, we're minus 1 to the I, we subtract 1 from I. And so those three conditions changes. So function, the name of it is called print int ref, takes the input n. Right? So for loop, this time we're not going to start from 1. We're going to start from the n. So variable I equals to n. And when I is bigger or equals to 1, we'll continue doing this loop, because when I is smaller than 1, we'll stop. So it's from n to 1. When it's getting smaller than 1, we're just going to stop. And every time I should be subtracted by 1. So we can start from bigger number, and every time we're going to subtract 1 from I. Again, it's console.log I here. Right? Let's test it. So print int ref 10. It's going to give us from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you change to another number, like 22, it's going to print out from 22.
So we're not supposed to do x. You can't do x instead of I. We have to do I.
You can do anything. You can do any variable names. It's just variable names. People prefer using I, but it just actually doesn't make any difference. You can use x here. It's the same thing. Right? It's exactly the same thing. Just a different variable name doesn't change anything. Right? Still give you the same results. Right, that's question number 2. We'll print things reversely. And question number 3. Write a function, check input, take one parameter x, and return the string x number. If x is a number, return string if x is string, and returns boolean if x is a boolean. Otherwise, we returns -1. Right? So again, it's already telling you the function name is called check input. takes x, takes one parameter x, and then we'll return the string num. If x is a num, return string string if x is a string, and return boolean if x is a boolean, otherwise returns 1. So it's already in the description here. It's already like if cases. If x is a number, return string number. If x is string, return string string. If x is boolean, return string boolean, otherwise returns 1. It's already like a if else, if else, if else, and then else, right? It's already like a if else here. So we can just follow the description, do it with if and else cases. So if x is a number, this is English, right? It's not JavaScript. We're going to transfer that into JavaScript. And then we want to console.log number, right? Else, if x is a string, console.log string. Oh, it's asking you to return it, so not console log. It's gonna be return number. This one is gonna be return string. And else if x is a boolean, return boolean, and else we're gonna return return -1, right? So this is a logic here, like let's follow description. If x is number, return number. If x is string, return string. If x is boolean, return boolean. Otherwise, return -1. And now, how can we checking if x is a number? We cannot just say x is a number. It's not going to work. To checking if x is a number, I already told you can using there's a help function called type of. If it's a type of 1, it's going to tell you this is a number. Type of hello, it's going to tell you this is type of string. If it's a type of false, it's going to tell you this is a boolean. So we're going to using a type of to checking the x. We're going to check using type of check the x. So we're going to check if x is number. We're going to say type of x is equals to number. So we know that is a number. If type of x is equal to number, and then we just return number. Same thing. If type of x is equal to string, oops, it's going to be. Then when you return this, we know that is a string. If type of x is a boolean, we know that is a boolean. All right, that is the solution for question number 3. And we can also write it in a shorter way. So we can combine the 3 if cases, because we're basically here returns number. Basically, we'll return type of x, and this one will also return type of x, because they are equal. And this one will also return type of x. It's just this. So if type of x is equal to string, equal to number, when I return type of x, so basically I'm returning a number. If a type of x is equal to the string, when return type of x, I'm actually returning the string. When type of x is equal to boolean, when return type of x is basically a return the boolean. So since these 3 are return the same thing, we can just combine the 3 together. Right? We can write like if type of x is equal to number, or type of x equals to string, or type of x is equal to boolean, right? If it's one of them, then we just return type of x, and else return -1. Since these 3 are return the same thing, we just can combine if it's first case or the second case or the third case, any one of them match, just return the type of x. Otherwise, just return -1. Right, that's a question. That's answer for the question number 3. We can test it. So this one is return. So when I test it, I have to use a console log. Console log. The question name, the function name is called check input. Console log check input 132. That is a number, so I should get a number here. Right? I get a number here. Those ones are coming from this putting with it's coming out. This print into revert. So I got a number. All right. And if I keep trying, this time let's try the console log check input. The string 132. Right. It's going to tell me this is a string. Alright, got a number string, and keep ending. We can also try to checking a boolean here, like a false. It's going to tell me this is a boolean. And if I put an array inside it, I have an array 132, 122, 222. That is array. It's going to give me a -1 because that's not a number, not string, or boolean. So it's going to give me a -1, right? So once you finish the function, you may want to test it to make sure it's working as you expected. Let's comment them out. The tests for question number 3. Alright, let's keep going to the next question. Alright. Question number 4. Write a function simple even ending that takes a number and add all the even numbers from 1 to none. Right? So we're going to have function. Function name is called simple even ending. Takes a num. And inside this one, we are going to try adding up all the even numbers from 1 to the num. So if we got 5, the other even numbers from 1 to 5 are 2, 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Going to get a 6. If we do simple even ending 10, the other even numbers from 1 to 10 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Plus them together, we're getting a 30. The same thing for when we do simple even ending 11. They have the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and we get a 30. And the simple even ending 1, there's no even number, so getting 0. Simple even ending 0 is getting a 0. Right? Just no even ending, no even numbers. Right. So this time we're going to need a loop again. We're going to looping from 1 to the num, looking for all the even numbers and sum them up. So let's say loop over from 1 to num. We're going to have for loop. Variable I equals to 0. Actually, from 1. We'll start from 1, right? From 1 to num. And when I is smaller or equals to num, we'll continue it from 1 to num. And every time I plus 1 to the I. Loop from 1 to num. From 1 to num. And then we are going to check if I is even number. If that is even number, we'll plus them together. Otherwise, we just can directly skip it. Go to the next one. And also, in order to sum them up together, we need a storage. So let's create a variable here in the function. Store the answer. So variable solution or variable answer is equal to 0. Right? It's going to be our storage. Store our answers. If I is an even number, so if I modulo 2 is equal to 0, that means that's an even number. And we are going to say solution is equal to solution plus I. So it's going to be plus equal the I. So if that is a even number, we're adding that to the solution. Otherwise, we don't have to do anything. So we do not need a else case. Alright? After the for loop, we're just going to be return the solution. That's it. Alright, only a few lines. So if I is even number, we'll add it to the solution. If it's odd number, we don't do anything. And keep ending until I is getting bigger than num. We stop it and then returns the solution. Right? The return solution should be outside of the for loop. We only return after the whole for loop is done. So let's try to test it. Again, we're going to do a console log, simple even ending. If I give a 5 here, I should get a 6. Right? There's 2 even numbers, 2 and 4. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. So I should get a 6 here. I get a 6. And also I can try to simple even ending 10. I should get a 30. Right? 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. Should give me a 30. Right? I get 30 here. So that is the answer for this one. And for this one, you also have other solutions. This is just a first kind of solution. And you can have another way to do this for loop. For example, instead of, so we're going to also have I equals from 1. That's start point. And when I is getting bigger than num, one stop. But for the similar condition here, instead of every time we're adding 1 to the I, we can actually adding 2 to it. I plus equal to 2. Every time we're adding 2 to the I. Right now, like if we start, instead of start from 1, we start from 0. We are always adding the even numbers. Right? We have adding 0, and next time I plus 2, I become 2. That's an even number. And then we're adding I become 2, I plus 2, I become 4. We're adding 4 to it. It's going to always be an even number. So we do not have to check if I is even number. And we just do solution I plus equal to I.
Mr. Wayne?
Yes?
I get the first example. If the constant log for 10, the only even numbers, for 5, the only even numbers between 0 and 5 are 2 and 4. 2 and 4 makes 6. So if you're doing it for 10, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, that equals 20, right? Not 30. Plus 10.
What about 10?
Or plus the 10.
From 1 to 10, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10.
Oh, it's not less than 10.
Yeah, it's as a description of it says it's
right.
all the numbers from 1 to num, including the num. Also, they have examples here, right? Also have examples here. If you plus simple even 10, you will have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. All right. So, all right. That's the first solution. The second solution here, we are not checking if I is even number. So every time we add plus 2 to it, so we know it's always going to be, oh, this should be I, not a 1. So we know it's always, the I is always going to be the even number. So we do not have to check it. And this one is actually better than the first one, because we're looping faster. That's basically another algorithm. By algorithm, we mean another way to calculate it, another way to solve the problem. So first time, if we are trying to do a for loop from 1 to n, it's going to be I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3, I equal to 4, I equal to 5, I equal to 6, I equal to 7, I equal to 8, I equal to 9, I equal to 10. We're doing this piece of code 10 times. And every time, we'll have the checking if cases. So you can see this is actually much slower than the second one. Because this one, we'll only do it 5 times. Like I equal to 0, I equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's it. So we're doing less loop. And also we don't have to do the if cases. It's just faster than the first one. Because we're executing less code than the first time. So this is actually a better solution for this question. Right? So this also going to give us the correct answers. Like simple even ending 10 is also give us 30. Right? And if you do a 12, it's going to give us 42. Right? 30 plus 12 is 42. Right? That is the correct answer for question number 4. It's number 4. Let me write question 4. This is question 3. Yep. So let's go to question number 5. Question 5. Let me copy the description. Copy the description to here. Write the function later capitalize string take a string and capitalize the first character of each word. The given word will be separated by one space, only one space. Right, so the function name, again, function name, letter, capitalize, takes str. Right, we're taking a string. Let's check in the example they provide here. So letter capitalize. If you take a hello word, they're gonna capitalize H and W here. If you take the longer sentence, like you cannot find the answer online, it's gonna capitalize the Y, the C, the F, and T, A, and O. It's always gonna capitalize the first character. Right? So the hardest part here we're gonna know is how do we find the first character of each word? Like when I pass in this one, the sentence to the function, how do you know this is the first word, this is the second word, and how do you know this is the first character of the first word and the first character of the second word? I'm gonna do it step by step, and then capitalize it. So we're gonna think like we're gonna find, we're gonna separate each word inside str, and also find the first character in each word, right? And then we're going to capitalize it. So to separate the str into the different words, separate words, we already talked about this in the previous video. We're going to using a function called split. Right? We can do for example, let's try it out here. So if I do a hello word dot split based on empty string, it's going to separate it into an array of two words. Depends on can separate it based on this empty space here. If we split with let's say E here, it's going to be H and the low word, so we're going to separate it based on the E here. Alright? So split basically going to tell the JavaScript how do you want to separate it. Do you want to separate it with empty space, or do you want to separate it with E or with O, with R, with anything you want? And if we just put hello world split with empty string, it's going to be separated into single characters. So what we want to do here is we're going to separate based on empty space, based on space here. That means like if there's two words, we're going to separate it into two. If it's going to be like more than two words, like a hello word, this is M symbol. It's going to be the multiple words. Depends on how many space we have here. And then we want to capitalize the first character of each word, right? So the first step, we are trying to separate the str into different words. So create a variable words equal to str the split with empty space here. So we have an array of words. And right now, after I got those words, I need to get in the first character of it. Right? For example, if I get a hello, to get the first character of it, we can just say square bracket 0, and it means the first character. Right? That's H. And 1 means the second character, 2 means the third character, 3 means the fourth character. Right? We can just keep going. So we are getting the first character and capitalize it. Alright? And we can also use something called a replace, I think. Let's try it. I think we'll have a replace. We're going to replace the hello's first character into the hello's first character, the to uppercase, right? It's uppercase, and it's going to be a hello, right? We'll replace the H inside hello into the upper H. It's a replace function. It's a built-in function we can find inside Google. Just JavaScript replace. It's going to be some documentation here, right? It's going to be a replace method returns a new string with some of the match patterns replacing by the replacement. So you're going to be able to replace dog with monkey. So it's going to be replace all the dog's character into the monkey, right? Something like that. So you can replace the character inside it. That's called replace. So for question number 5 here, we already find the words, and we're going to replace all the first characters inside them. So we're not sure how many words we have in this array, so we're going to need a loop here. We're going to loop looking for the first one, looking for the second one, and the third one, loop all the words inside it, and then for each word we're going to do the same thing to capitalize the first character. So we're going to need a loop here. So for variable I equal to 0, right? Start from 0. When I is smaller than words, the length. Length. I plus plus, right? We're looping over all the words inside it. It's always going to be the similar syntax. So we need to replace it. We have the str. I think we also need a place to store the answer. Right, to construct a new string with a with the capitalized characters. So let's create storage. Store the answer. Store the answer. So variable solution equal to 0. Not 0. It's going to be empty string. We're adding the new strings into it. We keep adding the word into it. Become a character solution. Alright. So what we're gonna do is for each words. Let's say variable upper word equal to the words, the ice words, right? It's the ice character of it, the ice words of it. I'm gonna do a replace the words 0th item into the words 0th dot to uppercase. Right, so we are transferring this word, capitalize its first character. Right, words I means the current word, and the words I, so 0th, means the first character of current word, and we'll replace it with the uppercase, and store that in the upper word, this variable, and then we're going to add that upper word into the solution. So it's going to be a solution plus the upper word and after the for loop we're going to return the solution. Alright, so let's try to test it. Console the log. Let's capitalize. Let's give it a hello world. try it out. So I got a hello world. Oh. So the first character is capitalized, and the first character of the second word is also capitalized, but we're missing the space between them. Because when we plus the upper word into a solution, it's just directly adding those words into it, then adding a space. So we can also adding a space into it. So every time when I'm adding an upper word, I also want to adding a space, right? Adding a space and then adding the upper word. So by doing that, we're gonna get in the hello world. But there's gonna be an extra space when we're adding the first word. Right? When we're adding the first word, it's also adding an empty space there. So we need to remove one empty space from the answer. Right? The answer have an empty space here. I'm gonna remove that. So when I retrieve a solution, I can do a slice on it. I retrieve start from the zeros item and remove one character. I think this is gonna give me the correct answer I need. This one done actually gonna be. I think it's not gonna be return anything. I'm gonna firstly do a slice, then return it. So variable sliced solution is equal to solution.slice01, and then try to. Actually, I don't think I can do that. I think I maybe need to do a solution.slice01 and then return solution. Let's try that. I still have the zeros item. Let's see how we're gonna do it. We're gonna return solution. Maybe try to do a slice. I think it's gonna be start from 1 1, not 0 1. Or 1, just 1. Yeah, it's gonna slice the first character. Yeah, so it's gonna be slice 1. Alright, so that's 1 going to get rid of the words. Get rid of the character at 0th index. Right. So this is returns a section of a string and takes 2 parameters, when to start and when to end. The start index to the beginning of the specific portion of the string object. So we are start from the index 1 here. And if we do not put end of it, it's just going to be until the end of the word. So we'll start from 1 to the end, just getting rid of the first empty space here. Alright, so that is the answer for this one. We can do the hello world. We can also do something like you cannot find answer online, and it's going to capitalize the first character of each word. Right. No extra space. That is question number 5. We are doing the step by step. Firstly, separate that into a word, and then we are finding the first character in each word, and then we doing the replace to capitalize it, and finally we return it out. That's question number 5. Question number 6. Write function simple reverse. Take the string and return the string in a reverse order. This is actually very easy. So function simple reverse str. So to reverse a string, we can just say return str the reverse. I think. Do I have a reverse? Reverse. Maybe that's answer. Let's try it. Cancel the log. I'm gonna cancel. We're gonna comment this out because it's gonna influence our answer. Cancel log hello. Oh, not hello. Cancel log simple reverse hello. And it's going to give us an error. Reverse is not a function. I think we have a reverse function, but I don't know how to call it. Let's check it. JavaScript reverse string. I think I can only reverse an array, not a string. Read the reverse. Right, so what we can do is we can transfer that first into array, and then reverse it, and then transfer it back. Right, that's going to be a solution. So we're going to do the 3 steps. Transfer str into array. How do I do it? Or we can use the split. Split with empty string. So it's going to be a string of single characters. Right, so if I, for example, if I do hello, the split with empty string is going to be HELLO, and then we reverse it, and then combine them back to a string, then we got the answer. Right, so let's transfer that into an array. So we're going to do, I already did, I just did that. It's string.split. So let's store that variable array. Str array is equal to string.split with empty string. It's going to transfer that into array, and then we reverse it. So we're going to call reverse the array. We're going to call variable rev array is equal to the string array the reverse. Now we can do that. Reverse it. Let me try it. So if I got an array 1, 2, 3, 4, and call a reverse on it, am I allowed to do it? Yeah, I can do that. I can reverse it. So this one gonna reverse the hello into OLLEH array, and then transfer array back to string. So to transfer that, I think we can do rev array. The join is a function that allows us to transfer that. Join an empty string is going to transfer that into a string mode. We loaded that in the Udacity class, in Udacity lesson. And if we return it out, it's going to just return that string out. So I got the OLLEH. Right. So I can also do good morning. It's gonna reverse it. Good morning, reverse way. Alright, so that's how you reverse a string. Transfer that into array, reverse it, and bring it back. That's question number 6. Question number 7. Like for each of question, you're gonna have like more than one solutions. As long as your solution works, you can just leave that there. You don't have to be same as mine. Or you can write both of them there. There's many different solutions for one question. So question number 7: write a function findDiff, takes an array of number as parameter and returns the difference between the maximum number and the minimum number. Right, returns the difference between the maximum number and the minimum number. So function, again, it's writing the function name. findDiff takes an array, and inside it we're looking for the maximum number and minimum number and find the difference between them. So we're gonna find maximum number. We're gonna separate the huge question into smaller parts and step by step solve them. Find the minimum number and find max minus min. Right? We're gonna separate this function into small steps and solve them one by one. So to find the maximum number and the minimum number, well, that is an array of numbers To find the largest one, let's say if we can do that with JavaScript. Just Google it. Find maximum in array JavaScript. So something called master max. MDN, let's take a look at that. So master max, it takes numbers 1 through 2. It's gonna give us those three here. Let's try it. So master max 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me an arrow. Oh, it's gonna be capitalized M. Master max. Yeah, so I got a 4 here, but this one is not an array. It's just for different parameters. And I don't think it can take the array. Let's try it. Max 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, give me a num. So max cannot working on array. And to working on array, we can use something like this. So variable array 1 equal to 1, 3, 2, and then max array. Let's try that. So if I do max 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually going to give us 4. So this here is called a split operator. This is what we're going to learn today. We're going to learn this one today. This one going to actually, when you do on an array, it's basically going to grab every item inside it and doing the same thing like this. It's going to grab everything inside it out. We're going to learn this today in today's lecture. There's also some other ways you may find online that all works, like someone using apply to do it, or you can use something called a reduce to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. So we're just gonna using the first method we found here, using a ... to do it, because that's the shortest way, I believe. So finding the maximum, we can say a variable, the maximum is equal to let's say the max array, right? That's the maximum of it. We can also do variable minimum equal to the minimum array to find the minimum of the string. And getting the answer is return max minus minimum. So that's it. Let's try it. Console.log. Find diff 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 10, 4, 2. Right? The biggest, or it should be array, so it should be square bracket. So this array, the difference between it should be 10 minus 1 should be 9, right? The maximum here is 10, minimum is 1. The difference should be 9. So I should expect getting a 9 here. Refresh. Oh, again arrow. Found non-callable iterator. Line 118 here. Master max array seems like having some issues here. Oh, I need a space between them. I need a space between them. Should be space array. Yeah, you need to capitalize the MS. So I got a 9 here, right? I got a 9 here. I need a space here. So get a 9.
I think you did 1 to 4. The answer was 4.
Huh?
When you use when you come to the law, find difference 1 to 4, you get an answer back of 4.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
What I did here is just the master max for 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a 4, and it's not a find the difference.
Oh,
it's master max.
Yeah.
It's just the first step is finding the maximum number. The second step is find the minimum number, and then we subtract them.
Okay.
Alright, so if this one gonna give me a 4. If I do master minimum, I got a 1, and then when I do subtract, getting a 3. Yeah, like this one minus this one is gonna give me a 3, right? So this is what we're doing here: getting the maximum, getting the minimum, subtract them. That means you can also combine the three into one line. You just replace this one with max, replace this one with max min. Right, you can getting a. Alright, so that's the answer for question number 7. To finding a difference inside the array. Sometimes this may be useful. Alright, question number 8. Write the function time convert. Alright, let's copy the description here. Taking a number as parameter and return the number of hours and minutes. That's the parameter converts to. And separate the number and minutes with a column. So function name is time convert. Takes the num and transfer that into the hour minutes format. So if I give you 122, it's going to be 2 hours and 2 minutes. If I give you 60, it's going to be 1 hour and 0 minutes. So it's basically transfer the minutes into hour and minutes. So we're going to have two. Again, we're going to separate it into multiple steps. We're going to getting the hour, getting the minutes, and combine the answer. Right? So getting an hour of it. In the last video, I already give you the hint here. So if you're using a divided by and passing into int, you're gonna get an answer. For example, 122 divided by 60, you're getting a 2 point something. And if I can get a 2 here, that means there's a 2 hours inside it. So we're gonna do a parse int. We're gonna parse int into integer. 122 divided by 60. You're getting the 2 here. That is the function how you getting the hours. Alright? So we're gonna do a variable hour is equal to parse int the num divided by 60. You're getting an hour. Right? And getting the minutes, we can use in the modular. So if you're using 122 modular 60, you're getting how many remainder you have it. So that's the minutes. So variable minutes equal to num modular 60 will give you the minutes, and then we combine the answer. And return hour plus a column and plus minutes. And is the answer. So let's console log it out. Try to test it. Console log time convert 123 should be 2 hours and 3 minutes. So the answer is 2, 3. That's nice from previous question. Let's comment it out. I got 2, 3. And we can try some other numbers. For example, we can do the so let's copy that. We do a time convert 59. Should be 0 hours and 59 minutes. And it's what we get. Okay, and this answer for question number 8. This is actually just some math here.
And you have to use
Hmm?
if else loop if you wanted to put a 0 in front of that 3.
In front of that what?
When you time converting 123,
Mm-hmm.
you said 2:3. If you were to read 2:03, like you would normally see time written.
Yeah, you're gonna have if cases here. You're gonna checking if that number is smaller than 10, then you're adding a 0 before it, right? Already got it. So if hour is smaller than 10, we're adding a 0 before it. If the minutes is more than 10, we're adding a 0 before it. Then we're getting a 0 to the column 03. Yeah, you can do that, but it's not required by this question.
Right.
Question number 9. This one I already gave you the answer in the last video. I already directly gave you the answer because this one is a little bit hard. So let's copy the 2 here. So last time I already explained the whole solution here and give you the answer. And we explained both the longer ways to solve this problem or the shorter way to solve this problem. I'm going to leave the shorter ways here. And if you're interested in how to solve it in a longer way, you can go find it in the previous video. Going to be function, find string, str, and long. Right, we're looking for how many str we have in long. How many str we have in long. So if we have the long string is DAOAO and the string is O, we're looking for how many O we have in the DAOAO. Right, so we have one O, second O, so the answer is 2. This one we're looking for how many HI I have in this long one. So 1, 2, 3, so the answer is 3. And this one we're looking for how many HAR we have in A, B, C, D, E. There's none of them, so it's going to be 0. How many H we have here? We have 3, so getting a 3 here. Right, so we're looking for how many STR we have in the long. So the shorter solution I gave last time is you can using the STR to separate the long. Right? For example here, if we separate this DAOAO with O, it's going to be DA, D, and the empty string after O. So we separated this DAOAO into 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. And then we know there are 2 O's inside it because we separated it into 3 parts. Right? And for this one, if we're using H, separate this one. So there's an empty space, there's an empty string before H, I here, E, L, O here, and O here. It's separated into 4 parts. And because it's separated into 4 parts, so we know there are 3 separators inside it. Right? So we know there are 3 H inside it. For example, if I try to separate H, O, H, actually I mean H, O, H, I'm looking for how many O I have it. If I split it with this O, then we separate it into 2 parts. H before the O and H after the O. And I know there's only 1 O inside it because they're separated into 2 parts. If I have more than 1 O inside it, I have 2, 3 O inside it. That's separated into 4 parts. First HH, 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 HH. So we have 4 parts. So we know there are 3 separators inside it. That's the easiest way we count how many the O we have it.
Put the O at the beginning of the empty.
Put the O in the beginning. Here. There's gonna be an empty string here.
Okay. Yeah.
If you put the last, it's also going to be an empty string there. Going to tell me there's something empty. And we know there's if you separate it into 6 parts, we know there are 4 O's inside it. Actually 5, sorry. 6 minus 1, 5 separators.
Right.
Yeah, so when I created this question, I actually didn't come up with this answer. This answer is come up with one of my students. And one of the students here, and they told me, oh, we can do a split here and find the answer. That's so smart. And I just find this is the easiest way to getting the answer. Alright, so we're gonna do it here. So we're gonna return. So first we're gonna separate it. So variable splitted array is equals to long the split based on the str, right? It's a split array, and we're gonna return the split array, the length, how many items inside it, minus 1. That is the answer. That's a shorter way to solve the problem. The longer way is in the last video, so we're going to to using a for loop to looking for how many STR we have in the long. It's much longer. You can find that in the previous video. So we're going to separate this. We're gonna use a for loop checking is DA equal to HI, is AS equal to HI, is SD equal to HI, is DH equal to HI, is HI equal to HI, and we're checking over until the end. That's a much longer way, and then using a for loop to do it.
But the problem we had before, I think number 3,
Number 3.
right? When I used the switch, and I think I was wrong because I didn't check for whether it was integer or string or whatever. But wouldn't that be the same kind of thing? You're not checking?
We only have one case here. We do not need a switch here.
No, but the same idea. You're not having the computer check for you. You're doing it with your head.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought we had to have the computer do the checking for us.
Do the checking?
Yeah, like that's why my switch would be wrong, because I didn't tell the computer, tell me this is an integer, tell me this is a string.
But in this case, we only have strings here, because the function tell you we are going to take in 2 strings as parameters. So we're only going to have strings here.
No, but in your mind, you know that if you have 2 zeros, then you have 3 sections. So you can figure it out logically. But that's you figuring it out, not the computer. I thought we had to let the computer do all the figuring.
We come up with idea in our mind, and I just tell computer you can using this sort to solve it for us. That's just how it's gonna work. You cannot tell the computer to think about the solution for you. You can come up with a solution by yourself and ask the computer to follow your solution to solve this kind of problem, right? Yeah. Just like when you try to create a website, you're not gonna tell computer, oh, please checking is this a user allowed to log in. You're gonna tell the computer the user only allowed to log in when the username and the password match. And you can tell it. The computer are like last time I went to Google, the developer there told us we're gonna consider the computer as a smartest idiot. They are very smart. They are good at calculation, but they just only thing they can do is just follow your order. You're gonna give them a specific order you want without any logical errors, and then you're gonna directly following your orders to do what you want them to do. So this time we'll come up with a solution to looking for how many parts we have inside it, and using the length of the parts to -1. And just tell the computer, all right. So you do not have to understand why you need to do that, but this is the solution. Separate them into different parts and subtract 1. That is the answer. Right? You just give the order to them. The computer won't understand it. It's not a human, so you just give them an order. It's going to follow it by your order. All right?
So we give the order, help us find the answer. Ain't gonna follow that order.
How do you? Well, if you can transfer that into the computer language, they can. If you can transfer that in computer language, this is what people are doing right now. Like we're trying to teach the computers learning stuff, right? Like the AlphaGo. We're trying to teach it to play those things, and teach the humans languages, like our Apple Siri, Google Assistant. We're trying to teach them human languages and transfer that into the computer languages. Right? This is much harder.
Also,
right.
Aries, even though it has it in English, transfer it.
Yeah, it's more hard. It's called like a human language processing. We're trying to processing that into some computer languages. Let the computers understand it. Right. Let's back to our our assignment here. Question number 10. This one I already gave you the answer in the last video. It's called self-dividing numbers. Remember that? We're going to have a helper function here to checking if a number is self-dividing or not. If that's self-dividing, we leave that in answers. We're gonna add it to the array. This is so long to explain. I already did the explanation in the last video, in the videos here. Assignment 3, video number 4 here, right? That's already, the answer is already there. Please go there to take a look at that. That's so long. I just write the answer here. So number 10. Write the function, self-dividing numbers, taking 2 number, bound as parameter, and returns array of self-dividing numbers between them, including the bounds. So going to be function self-dividing numbers. Takes left and the right. It's going looking for how many. It's going looking for all the self-dividing numbers from left to the right. And to do this one, we will need a help function to checking if this number is self-dividing. Alright, we did this one. Dividing. Takes the num, checking if the number is self-dividing. We need a helper function to do it. And checking if a number is self-dividing, we're going to transfer that into digits, and checking if each digit is can be divided by this number. This number can be divided by this digits, and then we return true if that's true, and else returns false. So we're gonna getting the variable digits in the num. We're gonna transfer that into a string, to a string, and then the split with empty string. Right, that's gonna getting us digits. That's what we did in the last time. And for loop for variable I start from 0, I smaller than digits length. We'll loops over it, and I plus plus. Right, you can find the explanation in the last video. And inside here, we're trying to checking if digits cannot be divided by modular 0. Sorry, modular I. No, digits ith item not equal to 0 will returns a false. Right, if any of the digits cannot be divided, will return a false. Yeah.
Num mod digits or digits mod digits?
Huh?
You've got digits mod.
Not this. Num. Yeah. If num can not be modular by any digit, we're gonna return false. If they can be divided by all digits, we just return the true and after the loop. Alright, this is what we did last time. It's gonna tell us if this number is self-dividing or not. We can test it. So we're gonna do console.log is self-dividing. Copy that. It's too long. It's self-dividing. 128. That is a self-dividing number because 128 can be divided by 1, can be divided by 2, and can be divided by 8. So this one is going to give us a true. If I give 129, it should be false because that's not self-dividing number. Right? This function is working. So we're going to use this function inside the self-dividing numbers to help us checking if the number is self-dividing or not. So firstly, we're going to have a solution store the answer. Store the answer. So variable solution, it's going to be equal to empty array. So for loop, from variable I equals to left. Start from left, and when I is smaller equals to right, and I plus plus, looping from left to the right. And we're going to check if is self-dividing this I, and then we're going to do a solution that push I into it, and else we don't have to do anything. And after the for loop, return the solution. Right, so we're checking from all numbers from left to right. If that is a self-dividing number, we're adding that to the solution. Otherwise, we'll just skip it. And finally, return the solution. Right, we can test it. Console.log self-dividing numbers. We're checking all numbers from 1 to 22. How many self-dividing numbers we have inside it? We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are self-dividing numbers because they're just single numbers. And 11 is self-dividing because 11 can be divided by 1 and 1. 12 is self-dividing because 12 can be divided by 1 and 2. 15 is self-dividing numbers because 15 can be divided by 1 and 5. And 22 is self-dividing numbers. Other numbers are not. Like 13. 13 cannot be divided by 3. 14 cannot be divided by 4. And 20 cannot be divided by 0. And 21 cannot be divided by 2. Right.
Technically, 0 divided by 20 would be 0, right?
That's 20 divided by 0. No number cannot be divided by 0, right?
But if you're saying a self-divided number like 11 can be divided by itself, so are you making a differentiation between a prime number and a number? Because
we're not looking for primary numbers. We're looking for self-dividing numbers. The definition is writing in the question. if a number can be a self-dividing number is a number that is divisible by every digit it contains.
Right, but you use the example of 13, so that's a prime number and so is 11. So what's the difference between 3, 5,
So
and 11?
11 is self-dividing numbers because 11 can be divided by 1, right? 1. But 13 is not self-dividing number because 13 cannot be divided by 3. It has to be divided by all the digits inside it.
And what about 5?
5? 5 can be divided by 5. Yeah, 5 is self-dividing number. Right, this is just basically give you some not useful definition, but you need to follow that definition to give the correct result the question asked for.
What's the purpose of that?
Just practice your logic thinking. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
And it's gonna be, those questions actually come from the real interviews. Interviews, they're gonna ask a question like that. Because what they want to see is they want to see your skill of problem solving. Okay, I threw a problem for you. I want checking how you're gonna solve this problem. Maybe in the interview you cannot give them the answer, but they want you to do what I did in those questions, to separate the big problem into small steps. They want to see your logic thinking skills, see how you can make the big questions into small steps, and then we can try to solve them step by step, one by one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna test those skills in the interview. Right, those are questions all selected from the interview. That's question number 10. Question 11. This one is ask you to write a function move zeros, taking an array of numbers and move all zeros to the end of it while remaining the related order of the non-zeros elements. So if I give you a 0, 1, 0, 3, 12, this array, you're gonna keep the 1, 3, 12, the same order, and move the zeros to the end. The same thing here. If I give you this array, you're gonna keep the other numbers the same order and move zeros to the end. If you get an array of all zeros, it's just gonna be all zeros. If you move zeros, if you move an array without zero, you're just not gonna do anything. I also give you the answer for this one in the last video. So to do that, we'll firstly create a function move zeros. Takes a noun. And we solve this problem by having two variables store the answer. First one is a counter. Gonna count how many zeros, number of zeros. So variable counter start from zero, from 0 means no zeros inside it. And we have another one, store the solution array. There's more than one solution, right? This one just provided it's one of the solutions. So variable solution is an array. Going to be our final solution. We're going to use that var. All right. And what we're going to do here is we're going to loop over the original nums array for I equals to 0. I smaller than nums, the length, I plus plus. Right. So we're going to loop over this whole array, looking for is the first one is a 0, the second one is a 0, the third one is 0, checking how many is any 0 inside it. So if that is a 0, we're going to add that to the counter. If that's not, we can directly push that to the solution. Right. So we're going to do it like, if the nums ith item, if that is a 0, counter plus plus, and it means we found 1 0. Else, we just push that into solution. Solution, push this I, or not I, push nums I. I can push that num into the solution. And after finish that, we are getting an array without zeros. We're getting an array without zeros, but we know how many zeros are going to add into it. So we're going to add in the zeros. Adding zeros. So for variable, it's using j this time. Equal to 0. J is smaller than counter. Actually, I mean, we can start with the variable j equal to counter. When j is bigger than 0, and continue it, and every time subtract 1 from j. Maybe this one is easier when you're using the while loop. And we're going to do solution the push 0. So we have the counter. We're going to keep pushing zeros to the solution until j equal to 0. And finally return the solution out. That is the solution we're looking for. Right, in the previous video, I give you some hints there, but this one is a full solution. You're firstly looking for how many zeros inside it, and then remove those zeros from the array, and keep the original one, and then adding zeros at the end of the string of the array. So let's try it. Console.log. Move zeros. Gives you 1, 0, 2, 21, 4, 0, 0, 4. So it's going to be 1, 21, 4, 4, and 0, 0, 0. Let's check it. So 1, 21, 4, 4, 0, 0, 0. It actually works. So let me comment out those console log. It's going to confuse you. I have 2, 3 is from question number 8. Right, that is the answer for that. So we're going to need a for loop to counting zeros, and another for loop adding those zeros, and just return solution. And last question, question number 12. That's actually one of the easiest one. Creates the average function that calculates the average of an array of numbers. Function average. It takes a array of numbers. Again, you can just call it nums, or actually call it any nums. You can just call it nums. Any variable names, you can be fine here. So we're looking for all the we're looking for the average of this whole array. So looking for the average, we'll just sum up all the numbers inside it. Right? So if we're looking for the average of these numbers, we're going to adding up those all numbers and then dividing by the length of the string array. Right? If it's 2, 6, it's going to be 2 plus 6 divided by 2. That's equal to 4. If it's 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 10, it's going to be 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10, and divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, divided by 6. I'm looking for the average of it. So we're firstly going to adding up all numbers, and then divide by its length. That's it, just 2 steps. So adding up all the numbers, we're going to need a loop here. Or we can using math functions. There's something called math.sum, I believe. We have math.max. We also have math.sum, I think. Math.sum, JavaScript. It's going to be math.sum. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be another work. What is math.sum? Let me be looking for the correct syntax for that. Here.
Is it an array?
I'm not sure. Let me looking for that. Sum. Oops. Not SUN. SUM. Sum. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have it. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't have it. I'm going to create it by, or we're going to do it by ourselves with a for loop. So we're going to have a variable store that, the sum. We have sum equals to 0. For variable I start from 0. Not from 0, yeah, from 0. I is smaller than nums the length. I plus plus. Right? It's coming out of this. It's confusing me. So we're going to ending them up. So we're going to sum plus equals to I, the nums I. Right? Just keep adding to the sum. Adding the first one to sum, and the second one to sum, and the third one to sum until the last one. So getting getting the sum of it, all the numbers. And then we divide by its length. So it's going to be return sum divided by nums the length. That's going to be the answer. So try it. Console.log average. Let's see. 1, 2, 5, 3, 1. I don't know the answer. 1 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8, 11, 12. 12 divided by 5. Who knows the answer? Let's try it. 2.4. 12 divided by 5. 2.4. Yeah, that's the answer. 12 divided by 5. 2.4. So that gives us something like 1 plus, we know 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. That's 30, right? We just did it in question number 5 or number 4. 30 divided by the 5 numbers, so the answer should be 6. So this is save the answer. That is 6. Yeah, that's correct.
What about the empty string?
Empty. So it's empty array. It's going to be num. Yeah, maybe we're going to consider about when the array is empty. But I think that makes sense, like, because there's no number, so the average is just
But it says
no.
it's supposed to come out to 0.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so average empty is come up with 0. Yeah, so we're going to consider about that case. So we're going to think about when array is empty. That's actually easy. So we're adding if cases here. So if num the length is equal to 0, return 0. Because remember, return gonna stop the function. So if you just return 0, none of those things gonna be done. None are gonna be run by JavaScript. So if num's length is 0, it's gonna return 0, and that's it. Well, other code won't be running.
That's not cheating?
That's not. We are using. Well, that's what we expect to do. Okay, we are trying to checking those special cases. For example, again, we're talking about user login. If a user tries login, if they leave the username or the password empty, you're not going to be checking them. Just tell them, please enter something for your username or password. You cannot leave them empty. This is a similar case. If you want me checking the nums average, you please at least give me one number. If you give me empty, I'm just gonna tell you I'll just return 0, and you're gonna. It's just something I'm required to give you. Just like when you're checking some user login, if you just do not put the username and password, we don't even need checking for them. Just tell them enter something, right? There's some special cases we're gonna consider. Right, that is all the answers for this assignment. And I'm going to push the answer to the GitHub. This is also what you need to do. Let's open the terminal. It's very slow. So git init, initialize the folder. Git add, git commit, -m, questions, finish it. And copy the 2 lines from GitHub. I already created the folder before we started, right? So git remote, git push, that's 2 lines. Copy that. Paste it over here. Take some time, the computer is very slow because I'm recording the video. Alright, so it should be in here. Let's refresh it. So here is the answer, and let's draft a release here. Releases, create a new release, tag version, that is version 1.0, or you can create a 1.1 if you like, and maybe make more sense. And this is I don't know, questions, finish it, something like that, description, and then publish it. So we have the releases here. I'm going to come here to checking your JavaScript practice, looking for release 1. Release here. Right? That's it for the assignment 3. Let me stop the recording here.